Two worlds, one friendship. Marie and Isabella were two young girls who lived in the same bustling city, a place of tall buildings and busy streets, yet their daily lives were like two different planets. Marie lived in a small, cozy house, nestled in an older, quieter part of the city. Her home, with its two modest rooms, was always neat and tidy, a testament to her and her mother's hard work. Every morning, Marie would help her mother with the chores, sweeping the floors and watering the few vibrant flowers in their small but cherished garden. Life for Marie was often simple, sometimes challenging, but she found deep satisfaction in the everyday moments and the love she shared with her mother. Across town, in a very different, affluent neighborhood, lived Isabella. Her home was a sprawling, modern mansion, boasting countless rooms and a vast, manicured garden that featured a shimmering swimming pool. Isabella's family was incredibly wealthy, and a dedicated maid took care of all the housework, leaving Isabella free to pursue her interests. Despite these stark differences in their backgrounds and circumstances, a friendship, unique and perhaps unexpected, had blossomed between Marie and Isabella. It was a bond that defied their contrasting worlds, proving that true connection could bridge any gap. For Marie, happiness wasn't measured in possessions, but in experiences and cherished moments. She had an insatiable love for books. The local library was her sanctuary, a place where she could lose herself for hours in thrilling adventures, heartwarming tales, and fascinating historical accounts. Each book was a window to another world, expanding her imagination and curiosity. Beyond reading, Marie possessed a quiet talent for drawing. She loved to sit in her small garden, observing the delicate petals of her flowers or the graceful flight of birds, carefully sketching them in her worn notebook. Her drawings, though simple, captured the essence of nature's beauty and reflected her inner peace. Marie also found joy in helping others. She often spent afternoons assisting her elderly neighbors, carrying their groceries, or taking their beloved pets for walks. Her kind smile and helpful spirit were always appreciated. Marie's life was a testament to finding joy in simplicity, connection, and the quiet beauty of the world around her. She understood that true riches lay not in what you owned, but in how you lived and how you connected with the world. Isabella's life was a kaleidoscope of abundance and luxury. Her bedroom alone was grander than Marie's entire home, overflowing with an impressive array of toys, dolls with intricate outfits from various countries, countless board games, and even a collection of shiny bicycles. Her parents, eager to provide her with every possible comfort and joy, frequently showered her with new gifts. The latest gadgets, fashionable clothes, and trendy toys would often appear in her room, sometimes before she even knew she wanted them. Yet, amidst this constant flow of new possessions, Isabella sometimes felt a peculiar emptiness. The novelty of new toys would often fade quickly, leaving behind a sense of She would sit in her spacious, often silent room, surrounded by her countless belongings, and a feeling of boredom would creep in. Despite having everything money could buy, Isabella often yearned for something more profound, something that remained just out of reach, something that material wealth couldn't provide. She often wondered if there was a different kind of happiness, one that didn't come in a neatly wrapped box. Both Marie and Isabella attended the same large, bustling elementary school, a place where hundreds of children converged each day to learn and grow. They shared the same classroom, their desks positioned just a few rows apart. However, their approaches to learning, much like their lives, were quite distinct. Marie was an exceptionally diligent and dedicated student. She approached every lesson with enthusiasm, her eyes fixed on the teacher. Soaking up every piece of information, she meticulously took notes, her handwriting neat and precise, and always completed her homework with care and on time. For Marie, school was a precious gift. a gateway to knowledge and a brighter future. She truly loved to learn and often spent extra time in the library, delving deeper into subjects that piqued her interest. Isabella, while intelligent, sometimes found schoolwork challenging. Her attention would occasionally wander during lessons, and she sometimes struggled to grasp complex concepts. She relied more on her quick wit and natural abilities, but sometimes wished she possessed Marie's unwavering focus and passion for academics. She admired Marie's discipline and often wondered how Marie managed to be so consistently engaged. Lunch break at school offered a clear and daily illustration of the girls' differing lives. Marie always brought her lunch from home, a carefully prepared meal made with love by her mother. It was usually a simple but wholesome sandwich, accompanied by a piece of fresh fruit and a small bottle of water. Marie would often find a quiet spot on a sunny bench in the schoolyard, savoring her meal while chatting with a few close friends. She appreciated the effort her mother put into her lunch, and every bite tasted of home. Isabella, on the other hand, always bought her lunch from the bustling school canteen. Her parents provided her with ample money, allowing her to choose anything she desired from the varied menu: a hot, hearty meal, a large chilled juice, and almost always a tempting dessert or a bag of her favorite chips. Her lunch was typically more elaborate and diverse than Marie's, reflecting the abundance of her family's resources. Despite these contrasts, a beautiful ritual often took place. They would sometimes sit together, sharing stories, exchanging jokes, and bridging the subtle gap between their two worlds. These shared moments of laughter and conversation during lunch break often felt more significant than the food they ate. One typical Tuesday afternoon, as the school day concluded and students spilled out onto the streets, Marie and Isabella found themselves walking home together, their usual route. The sounds of traffic and distant chatter filled the air. But then, a faint, almost imperceptible sound caught their attention. It was a tiny, mournful meow, barely audible above the city's hum. They stopped, listening intently, and followed the sound to the edge of the school grounds. Near an old, gnarled oak tree, there, huddled beneath a low-hanging branch, was a small, defenseless creature. It was a kitten, no bigger than Marie's hand, its fur matted and its tiny body trembling with fear and cold. Its eyes, wide with fright, looked up at them, silently pleading for help. Marie's kind heart immediately melted, a wave of tenderness washing over her. Even Isabella, who usually kept a certain emotional distance, felt a pang of sadness and concern. They looked at each other, and in that shared moment, without a single word needing to be spoken, an unspoken understanding passed between them. They both knew, instinctively, that they could not leave this vulnerable creature alone. This unexpected encounter, this tiny, fragile life, would become a catalyst, weaving their destinies closer together. With a gentle touch, Marie carefully bent down and scooped up the tiny kitten. It was so light, so fragile in her hands, its small body barely a handful. Isabella, initially a little hesitant about touching the stray animal, quickly overcame her reservations, her concern for the kitten overriding any discomfort. They huddled together, speaking in hushed, earnest tones, their young minds focused on one goal: saving this little life. Marie, practical and resourceful, immediately suggested taking the kitten to her home, knowing her mother's compassionate nature would welcome the small creature. "My mother will know what to do," she assured Isabella. Isabella, remembering the well-stocked shelves of her own home, quickly offered to contribute. "I'll go home right now and bring back some cat food and a really soft blanket," she promised, her voice filled with determination. As they walked towards Marie's house, the small, purring kitten nestled safely and warmly in Marie's arms. A profound sense of shared responsibility settled over them. This tiny, vulnerable animal had, in a beautiful and unexpected way, forged a deeper, stronger connection between the two girls, transforming their friendship into a true partnership. Upon arriving at Marie's small, cozy house, Marie's mother, a woman with a kind heart and gentle hands, was initially surprised but quickly understood the situation. Her eyes softened as she saw the tiny, trembling kitten. Without hesitation, she sprang into action. Together, they found an old, soft towel and carefully arranged it into a warm, inviting bed for the kitten in a quiet corner of their living room. Marie's mother then warmed a small amount of milk, and Marie, with utmost care and patience, gently fed the hungry little creature using a small spoon. The kitten, though still a bit timid, began to respond to their kindness. A soft, continuous purr filled the small house, a tiny vibration of contentment that brought immense warmth and joy to Marie and her mother. The next day, true to her promise, Isabella arrived at Marie's doorstep, not empty. She carried a large, premium bag of cat food and a luxuriously soft, fluffy blanket, specially chosen from the best pet store in the city. Her presence, a visible bridging of their different worlds, was a powerful testament to the genuine and growing bond between the two girls. As the days turned into weeks, a new and delightful routine quickly became central to Marie and Isabella's afternoons. After the final school bell rang, their first destination was always Marie's house, where their beloved new pet, Lucky, awaited them. They had lovingly given the kitten this name, believing it was truly lucky to have found them. Their playtime was simple but filled with boundless joy. They would bring out old shoelaces, crumpled paper balls, or even a discarded bottle cap, transforming these humble objects into thrilling toys for Lucky. They would watch with endless delight and peals of laughter as Lucky, with surprising agility and boundless energy, pounced and chased after the makeshift toys, his tiny paws batting playfully. The girls would giggle as Lucky attempted to scale Marie's curtains, only to slide back down in a furry heap, or when he playfully ambushed their shoelaces as they sat on the floor. These were precious, carefree moments, filled with genuine warmth and uninhibited laughter. During these playful afternoons, the differences in their social statuses, the sizes of their houses, or the number of toys each girl owned, completely faded into the background. All that mattered was the present moment, the shared joy, the infectious laughter, and the soft, comforting purrs of their happy, playful feline friend. Life, however, has its unpredictable turns, and one week, a heavy cloud cast its shadow over Marie's otherwise resilient home. Her beloved mother became very ill, her strength diminishing rapidly, forcing her to stay confined to her bed. Marie's young heart ached with worry and sadness as she watched her usually vibrant mother succumb to her sickness. With her mother incapacitated, the full weight of household responsibilities fell squarely on Marie's slender shoulders. She tirelessly cooked simple meals, kept their small home clean and tidy, and diligently cared for Lucky, ensuring the kitten was fed and comforted. All of this had to be juggled with her regular schoolwork. It was an immense burden for a young girl, and she soon found herself missing days at school, unable to keep up with both her studies and her domestic duties. The joy she usually found in learning was overshadowed by anxiety and exhaustion. She felt overwhelmed, lonely, and deeply wished she could be like other children, free from such pressing worries, yearning for the simpler days before her mother's illness. When Isabella noticed Marie's unusual and prolonged absence from school, a wave of worry washed over her. She knew Marie was an incredibly diligent and responsible student, and for her to miss so many days meant something serious must be wrong. Her concern grew with each passing day. One afternoon, after the final bell dismissed them from class, instead of heading straight to her luxurious home, Isabella made a thoughtful detour. She walked directly to Marie's street, her heart filled with a mixture of apprehension and genuine care. She knocked gently on Marie's familiar, weathered front door. When Marie, looking visibly tired and a little surprised, slowly opened it. Isabella's eyes immediately registered the weariness in her friend's face. As Marie softly explained her mother's severe illness and the overwhelming responsibilities she now faced, Isabella's expression changed to one of deep sympathy and concern. Without a moment's hesitation, Isabella went straight home and quickly returned to Marie's house. This time, she carried a warm, comforting meal, specially prepared by her family's maid, intended to nourish Marie's sick mother. She also brought with her all the school notes and homework assignments Marie had missed. Patiently explaining each lesson and assignment, Isabella didn't just offer words of comfort. She offered practical, heartfelt support when Marie needed it most. Isabella's compassion didn't end with that initial visit. For the next few days, after school, she made it a point to come directly to Marie's house. She became a quiet but invaluable presence. She would sit with Marie, patiently helping her catch up on her schoolwork, meticulously explaining the difficult parts of lessons and ensuring Marie understood every concept she had missed. Beyond academics, Isabella also offered a helping hand with some of the lighter chores around the house. She would quietly help Marie wash the dishes, fold laundry, or tidy up the small living room. Her presence was a tremendous comfort to Marie, who no longer felt so isolated and burdened by her responsibilities. Isabella's selfless actions spoke volumes, demonstrating to Marie that true friendship transcended material wealth or social standing. It was about being there for someone in their time of need, offering unwavering support, and sharing the weight of their burdens. This period of challenge and shared effort significantly solidified their bond, proving that their friendship was far more resilient and profound than either of them had initially realized. Marie looked at Isabella, her eyes glistening with a profound sense of gratitude. The exhaustion of the past days seemed to momentarily lift as she spoke, her voice soft but filled with genuine emotion. "Thank you, Isabella," she whispered. "You are truly a true friend." Isabella smiled warmly, a genuine, radiant smile that reached her eyes. In that moment, she understood, with a depth she hadn't known before, that the bond they shared was infinitely more valuable than any expensive toy, any designer dress, or any amount of money. The differences in their lives, Marie's small, humble home versus Isabella's grand mansion, Marie's limited resources versus Isabella's abundant wealth, faded into insignificance. What truly mattered was the profound care, understanding, and unwavering support they extended to each other. This challenging period, brought on by Marie's mother's illness, had not weakened their friendship. Instead, it had exposed its true, resilient strength. It was a powerful revelation for both of them, cementing the understanding that their friendship was a precious, unbreakable thread woven through the fabric of their lives, capable of overcoming any external difference. Their unique friendship, forged through shared experiences and a deepening understanding of each other's worlds, became a profound and ongoing learning journey for both young girls. Marie, with her life of simple means, taught Isabella invaluable lessons about the beauty and power of gratitude for small things. She showed Isabella how to find immense joy in the warmth of a homemade meal, the captivating escape of a good book, the comforting presence of a loyal pet, or the simple kindness of a friendly smile. Marie's perspective revealed to Isabella that genuine happiness wasn't found in the constant accumulation of possessions, but in appreciating what one already had and in forging meaningful connections with others and the world around them. Isabella, in turn, taught Marie an equally vital lesson: that even those who appear to have everything can face their own set of challenges, private struggles, and moments of loneliness. She demonstrated to Marie the profound importance of reaching out to others, of offering help without being asked, and of understanding that true compassion and kindness know no boundaries of wealth, social standing, or circumstance. Through their shared experiences, they each gained a broader, more empathetic understanding of the human condition. Marie and Isabella continued to be the very best of friends, their bond growing stronger and deeper with each passing day. They continued to share their deepest secrets, their budding dreams, and their infectious laughter, creating a tapestry of shared memories. Their vastly different backgrounds, far from being a barrier, actually became a unique and powerful strength in their friendship. It allowed each girl to see the world from a completely different perspective. Enriching their understanding and empathy, they learned invaluable lessons from each other, grew together through shared joys and challenges, and consistently supported each other through every thick and thin. Their story, quiet and unassuming, became a beautiful testament within their bustling city, a heartwarming example of how true friendship can blossom, thrive, and flourish, even between two girls from profoundly disparate worlds. It beautifully proved that the heart's capacity for connection and loyalty knows no social or economic divide. They were, and would forever remain, an extraordinary pair of best friends, their bond a shining example for all who knew them.